let's talk Arsenal and their first six, because they're going to want to be competitive from the off.
Yeah.
Manchester United away, opening weekend of the season, Super Sunday. That's a huge way to start the season.
Yeah, it's a big game. There will be pressure on Mikel Arteta. As I said, they need to do a bit of business, quite a bit of business to be fair, but that is a tough game. To go to Old Trafford against Ruben Amorim's team who weren't good last season, who have to be better this season, Man United. But yeah, there's some tough fixtures, but as Bashir Humphries just said there's no easy games in the Premier League. That's why it's the best league in the world, because we have the best teams in the world, we have the best managers, we have the best players in the world, so it's always going to be difficult. But the fixture list is not too bad, but look, Leeds will be tough as well, so there is, and then you've got Liverpool. Now, in actual fact, that is very tough.
Three away games.
Let me tell you, that is probably the hardest one that's come out. I would say that's the hardest one, because I didn't see Man City in there, Newcastle, Forest as well, who had a good season, Liverpool, and they'll probably expect to get something from Leeds, but Leeds will be a difficult game as well. So that's the hardest. I bet Mikel Arteta was thinking, thanks whoever drew that out, because that ain't helped me one bit.
It's just that, yeah, those first three away games couldn't be that much more difficult, really.
And this could be a big one. Internal talks at Arsenal continue over the recruitment of a forward. There's a long-term interest in Benjamin Šeško from RB Leipzig.
A lot of chat about their need for a striker, but it could be a midfielder's arrival that's imminent.
Yes, good news for Arsenal supporters, because they're closing in on signing. He is a player who's got a €60 million release clause. That's about £51 million. Lots of other clubs have been interested in signing him. For instance, he was close to joining Liverpool last summer before that deal collapsed at the last minute. But Arsenal have been in talks to sign him. I think Mikel Arteta has played a big part in convincing the player that Arsenal is the right move for him. And I think it makes sense for Arsenal as well, because there are question marks over the long-term future of midfielders like Jorginho, Thomas Partey, who are out of contract in the summer. So it looks like Arsenal just doing a little bit of forward planning. I think it would have helped them if he was able to move this month, but it looks like Real Sociedad is saying, no, we want him to stay until the summer. But it looks like in the summer they will be getting Martin Zubimendi. Of course, they've done a lot of business with Real Sociedad in the past as well. Mikel Merino, they signed. They've also had players like Martin Odegaard, who used to play for Real Sociedad as well. So good news for Arsenal fans. Perhaps not the news they wanted, because they want a forward, but they will be getting a very, very good midfielder if this deal is completed. And this was a development that was first reported by Sami Mokbel in the Daily Mail earlier